Once upon a time, in the heart of a peaceful forest, filled with big old trees, colorful wildflowers, and winding paths, lived a little tortoise named Toby. Toby the tortoise has a round, shiny green shell that looks like a smooth, big rock. His little legs are short and strong, and he has a small head with kind, gentle eyes. Toby might be slow, but he always has a warm smile on his face. He was always happy, but there was one thing that made him feel a little sad. He was the slowest animal in the forest. Every day, Toby would sit at the edge of the meadow, watching the other animals run and play. He saw the deer race past him, their legs moving so quickly they seemed like blurs. The rabbits would jump up and down, zigzagging through the grass, while the squirrels ran up trees, jumping from branch to branch. Toby sighed deeply and thought, "I wish I could run as fast as them. They look like they're having so much fun." As Toby sat quietly, the animals saw him from afar. The deer named Daisy said, "Look at Toby, always so far behind. I wonder if he ever gets tired of being so slow." Another deer nodded and whispered, "He must wish he had long legs like us. Running is so easy for us." The deer laughed to themselves and ran away, their feet hardly touching the ground. Meanwhile, Rabbit named Robbie bounced nearby, watching Toby as well, and said, "Toby's probably dreaming about bouncing around like me. But I guess tortoises aren't made for hopping or running." Squirrel, who was nibbling on an acorn from a high branch, looked down and saw Toby staring at the ground. He said, "Yeah, we're fast, but Toby's always watching, and he seems so calm. I wonder what he's thinking." A little bird named Bella perched on a nearby tree, listening to her friends talk. She flapped her wings and tilted her head. Maybe he wishes he could be fast, but there's something special about going slow too. We all have our own ways to move. Toby sighed again as he saw the animals running around him. "If only I could run like them, then maybe I wouldn't feel so left out." But deep down, Toby didn't know there was something special about him that he hadn't found yet. Something that would show the forest he didn't need to run to be important. One sunny morning, Toby was resting by a stream, watching a group of deer running through the trees. They ran so fast that they looked like they were flying. As Toby sat there feeling sad, Bella the bird flew down from a tree and landed beside him. Bella had bright blue feathers and a cheerful smile. "Hello, Toby. Why do you look so sad today?" Bella asked, tilting her head to one side. Toby sighed again. "I'm sad because I'm so slow, Bella. I want to run fast like the deer, but I just can't. I have these short legs and this heavy shell. No matter how hard I try, I'll never be able to run like them." Bella chirped softly and flapped her wings. "But, Toby, why do you want to run like the deer? You have your own special way of moving. Maybe being fast isn't the only thing that's important." Toby shook his head. "But being fast is fun. The deer always get to explore new places before anyone else. They can race and play all day long, while I'm still trying to cross the path." Bella thought for a moment, then smiled kindly. "How about this, Toby? Let's take a walk together. I'll fly above you, and we can chat while we go. I want to show you something." Toby agreed, and the two friends started their walk. Bella flew right above Toby, flying slowly so she could stay with him. As they made their way through the forest, Bella pointed out all the beautiful things around them. "Look at that! Did you see those lovely flowers by the river?" Bella said, circling in the air. Toby smiled. "Oh, I didn't see those before. They are really pretty," Bella added. "And over there, those little rabbits hopping in the grass. They look so happy." Toby nodded. "They do, I guess. I've never really taken the time to look around while I walk." Bella landed on a low branch and said, "That's because you're always thinking about running fast. But see, by moving slowly, you get to see all these special things. Sometimes speed isn't everything." Toby thought about this while they kept walking. He was starting to feel a little better. He still wished he could run just once. Toby said, "But, Bella, I'd still love to know what it feels like to run, just to see if I could do it." Bella flapped her wings and smiled again. "I have an idea. Why don't we ask the wise owl? He knows a lot about the animals in the forest. Maybe he can help you find your special skill." So Toby and Bella made their way to the big oak tree where the wise owl Oliver lived. Oliver was a very old owl, and he knew a lot about the forest and the animals that lived there. When they got there, Oliver was sitting on a branch, and his golden eyes sparkled in the sunlight. "Hello, young Toby. Hello, Bella," Oliver said happily. "What brings you to my tree today?" Toby stepped forward shyly. "Hello, Mr. Oliver. I've been feeling sad because I'm the slowest animal in the forest. I wish I could run fast like the deer, but I just can't. I was hoping you could help me." Oliver looked at Toby with a kind smile. "Ah, I see. Well, Toby, let me ask you something. Do you know why the deer run so fast?" Toby thought for a moment. "I guess they run fast because that's what they're good at." Oliver nodded. "That's right. The deer run fast because that's how they stay safe and move around the forest. But every animal has its own special skill, Toby. Just because you're not fast doesn't mean you're not special. Can you think of something that you're good at?" Toby frowned. "I don't know. I guess I'm good at walking slowly." Oliver laughed softly. "Yes, but it's more than that. When you move slowly, you can be calm. You don't rush into things, and you can take your time to keep going, even when the path is long. That is a very important skill, Toby. Not everyone can keep going like you do." Toby blinked in surprise. "I never thought of it like that. I always felt slow, but maybe being calm is a good thing." Bella chirped happily. "It is. Remember when we walked through the forest? You saw all those beautiful things because you took your time, and you never gave up, even when the path was long." Oliver nodded wisely. "That's right, Toby. Your strength is in how patient you are and how much you want to keep going. The deer may run fast, but you can travel a long way. And in the end, that's what really counts." Toby smiled a little. "I guess that's true. I do keep going, even if it takes me a while." Toby's heart felt lighter. For the first time, he didn't feel sad about being slow. Instead, he felt proud of his own strength. "Thank you, Mr. Oliver," Toby said. "I think I understand now. I don't need to run like the deer. I have my own way of moving, and that's just as important." Bella flapped down to Toby's side. "That's right. You're special just the way you are, Toby. Sometimes being slow can be a gift. Let me show you. Curious, Toby followed Bella to the edge of the forest where a narrow river flowed. There, Toby saw Robbie the rabbit trying to cross the river by hopping from stone to stone. Robbie was fast, but the stones were slippery. As he rushed, he slipped and splashed into the water. "Oh no!" cried Robbie, trying to climb back onto a stone. Bella winked at Toby. "You see, Toby, being fast isn't always helpful." Toby carefully stepped onto the stones, taking his time to make sure each step was safe. He moved slowly, but he didn't slip. With care and taking his time, Toby crossed the river and helped Robbie get to the other side. "Thank you, Toby," said Robbie. "I was in such a rush that I didn't watch where I was going. You're really good at being careful." Toby smiled for the first time that day. Maybe Bella was right. Being slow wasn't so bad after all. A few days later, something surprising happened. A big storm rolled into the forest. The wind blew hard and rain poured down, turning the ground into slippery mud. The fast animals, like Daisy the deer and Robbie the rabbit, tried to run to their homes, but the mud was too slippery. They kept sliding and falling. Toby, however, stayed calm. His slow, steady steps allowed him to walk through the mud without slipping. He saw that his friends were having a hard time, so he slowly walked over to help them. "Follow me," Toby called out. "If we go slowly and steadily, we won't slip." Daisy, Robbie, and even some of the squirrels listened to Toby. They followed behind him, taking their time and moving carefully. Because of Toby's patience and carefulness, they all got back to their homes safely. After the storm was over, all the animals came together to thank Toby. "You saved us, Toby," said Daisy. "If it weren't for you, we would still be stuck in the mud. You're not just strong, you're wise too." Toby felt proud. He finally understood what Bella had meant. He didn't need to run fast to be important. His slowness was a special skill that helped his friends when they needed him the most. That evening, Bella flew down to Toby's favorite place by the river. "See, Toby?" she said happily. "You have a special gift. Taking your time and being careful are just as important as being fast." Toby smiled up at his friends, feeling happy and peaceful. Thank you, Bella. I'm glad I have friends like you to help me see that it's okay to be slow. I don't need to run like the deer or hop like the rabbits. I can help in my own way. From that day on, Toby no longer wished to run like the deer. He walked through the forest with pride, knowing that being patient and careful were his best skills. And every time he felt a little slow, he remembered the wise words of Oliver and the kind support of Bella. And whenever his friends needed help, Toby was there, moving slowly but surely, ready to lend a hand. And so, Toby the tortoise learned to be proud of his own special way of moving through the world, knowing that being slow didn't mean being less. It meant being steady, patient, and strong. And he never doubted himself again.